been quite a while since a rookie stepped into Red Bull's second seat alongside Max Verstappen, and now Liam Lawson has taken on that challenge. Although, if you think about it, Liam isn't exactly a rookie. He has a few races under his belt in F1, but since he has no experience on half of the circuits, he's still kind of a rookie. And starting your first full season with Red Bull is a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's one of the most coveted seats in Formula One, as Red Bull is a top team that regularly fights for wins and podiums and has won the last 4 drivers' championships. But on the other hand, it also comes with an immense challenge, keeping up with one of the greatest drivers in the sport's history and the current undisputed king of F1. Max, let's just say, is a teammate destroyer. Daniel Ricciardo left Red Bull in 2019, allegedly because of Max. Then Pierre Gasly was demoted back to the junior team after just half a season. Alex Albon couldn't match Max's pace in 2020 and was replaced by Sergio Perez. And at the end of last year, Checo was also replaced after finishing a miserable 8th in the championship. Fair to say, a bunch of drivers have tried their luck at Red Bull over the last 8 years, and none of them even came close to giving Max a real fight on track. There's a lot of noise about the so-called second driver curse at Red Bull, but honestly, I don't think it's much of a thing anymore. I mean, Checo drove for them for 4 years and delivered solid results for 3 of those. Plus, Checo was 35 years old, and not everyone can be Fernando Alonso or Lewis Hamilton at that age. So I wouldn't exactly call Checo's Red Bull stint a failure. But that doesn't mean it'll be any easier for Liam. The thing is, Checo had years of experience under his belt, and that experience helped him survive longer in that seat. Liam, on the other hand, is still fresh. Now coming to the main question, what are the team's expectations from Liam? I think Red Bull's primary expectation from Liam is to stay within 2 to 3 tenths of Max's pace, and championship-wise, stay within 100 points of Max. Now, why am I saying this? Because that has always been the benchmark Red Bull sets for their second drivers. If you can beat Max, great. If you can't, try to stay close to him within a respectable gap, and you'll be fine. And I know what you're thinking, but Checo was often over 3 tenths slower and finished over 200 points behind Max. Why didn't they replace him earlier? Well, it all came down to urgency and availability. In 2023, Red Bull were absolutely dominating. Despite Checo finishing almost 300 points behind Max, he still finished second in the standings, and Red Bull comfortably won the Constructors' Championship. There was simply no urgency to replace him, as they had the best car. But in 2024, Checo's performance fell off a cliff. Red Bull had no solid mid-season replacement either. They weren't sure about Daniel or Yuki, and Liam hadn't been tested properly in the Red Bull car, so they simply waited until the end of the season. A lot of people were asking why Red Bull didn't promote Yuki instead of Liam, and I think the new Drive to Survive season gave us a bit of clarity on that.
How far off was this lap compared to Max's lap?
Just under 2 tenths. Yeah, relative to Max, he's been pretty impressive.
Look, Red Bull aren't stupid. They clearly saw something in Liam that they didn't see in Yuki. Maybe the gap in performance between Liam and Yuki in the Red Bull car was bigger than we expected, and that made the decision easy for them. But another thing that stands out to me is that if Liam did perform close to Max's level, it means Red Bull have finally moved away from their second driver philosophy. In the past, they always preferred one superstar driver and one decent driver to support him, but now, with the competition heating up, they can't afford to do that anymore. Ferrari and McLaren both have incredibly strong driver lineups. All of their drivers are proven winners and capable of fighting at the front. Mercedes have also brought in a complete unknown in Kimi Antonelli, and it'll be interesting to see how he performs. So Red Bull can't afford to have just one driver winning races, while the other struggles if they want to fight for the Constructors' title. They need 2 solid drivers. Now, do I think Liam can challenge Max for race wins and maybe even the championship? I want to say no, but honestly, it's too early to tell. The season hasn't even started yet, and we have no clue what the competition has cooked over the winter break. There are also strong rumours that McLaren might have a big performance advantage this year. Another thing is that the Red Bull car has always been notoriously difficult to drive. Every one of Max's ex-teammates has mentioned it. Max is the only driver who has truly been able to tame that beast. So it'll be interesting to see if Liam's driving style suits the car. Historically, Red Bull's second drivers have been quick on a few tracks but struggled massively on others. So consistency will be key for Liam. If the car is still competitive, I'm pretty sure Liam will regularly be in the podium mix, or at least in the top 5. He is young, aggressive, and doesn't shy away from getting his elbows out. A bit like how Max was when he first joined the sport 10 years ago. And honestly, that's what excites me the most. Liam is not afraid of fighting hard on track, regardless of who's ahead of him. I think that energy is exactly what Red Bull needs. Realistically speaking, I think Liam's target should be a top 5 or top 6 finish in the championship this year. Anything better than that would be a bonus. But let's not forget, he's driving for Red Bull now. The pressure will be insane. Red Bull doesn't hesitate to break contracts if you don't deliver, and they have plenty of young drivers waiting in line. Yuki is still around, and they'll be closely watching Hadjar and the sister team as well. But I have a feeling Liam can handle this pressure well. He's already shown a lot of maturity for someone with such little experience. And as I said in my season predictions video, which you can check out on my channel, I'm expecting Liam to score his first win this season and grab at least 5 podiums. I just hope Liam doesn't get too obsessed with trying to match Max's pace. This is something that has affected a few drivers in the past, and not in a good way. Gasly, Albon, and even Checo at times, they were all so caught up with trying to match Max that it ruined their confidence. Liam should just focus on his own race and his own improvement. If he can do that, the results will surely follow. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know in the comments where you think Liam will finish in the standings by the end of the season, and I'll see you guys in the next video.